Welcome to another episode of Nutrition with Nabil. My name is Nabil, and today I'm going to be talking about copper toxicity, which is something you'll never hear your modern day doctor talk about or consider, but it's something that I witness on a regular basis in my patients and something that you should be aware of as well. So let's start with why copper toxicity is so widespread, so prevalent nowadays. Now, there are many reasons why, but I'm just going to share with you some of the main reasons. Number one, the widespread use of the contraceptive pill amongst women. And this is because the estrogen component in the pill causes an increase in copper, and this has been shown in both animal and human studies. Number two, excess masturbation or ejaculation amongst men due to the hypersexualization of our society, the advent of pornography, etc., etc. And this is because semen is rich in zinc. And when the body becomes deficient in zinc because of over-ejaculation, copper increases in the body and becomes toxic because copper and zinc are antagonistic to each other. So when one becomes deficient, the other one becomes dominant. Number three, the drinking of tap water. See, water processing plants treat the water for bacteria, but they don't treat the water in order to remove pharmaceutical drugs. And so you can have thousands of women in your town who are on the contraceptive pill, for example. They pee out the medication into the water supply, which is then repurposed for your enjoyment. And so now everybody's on the pill. Everybody is experiencing that estrogenic effect, which then increases copper in the body. And it's not just the contraceptive pill. The entire population may be taking a whole slew of pharmaceutical drugs, which they are excreting into your water supply constantly on an ongoing basis, which again, you are ingesting if you drink tap water. And so this is another big reason why you want to filter your water down to 0 parts per million. Number four, the prevalence, the omnipresence of estrogens and xenoestrogens, phytoestrogens, HRT, which again drive up copper in the body because estrogen is intimately related to copper, whereas zinc, for example, is related to testosterone. A few other reasons are copper piping, copper cookware, workplace exposure to copper, adrenal burnout or adrenal fatigue, because when you're dealing with adrenal fatigue, you're going to experience ceruloplasmin deficiency, which is what metabolizes copper. And so copper will build until you experience copper toxicity, essentially. We have congenital copper toxicity, which is essentially copper toxicity that is transmitted from the mother to the fetus, to the baby. Now, you may be wondering, what are some common disease conditions caused by copper toxicity? And I'm going to share that with you right now. Let's start with the effects of copper toxicity on the brain. Did you know that when we become copper toxic, this excess copper is stored primarily in the brain? And why is this a problem? Well, copper is an excitotoxin, which can cause you to feel wired even when you're tired, making it difficult for you to fall asleep. Excess copper in the brain can also lead to emotional numbness, poor memory, schizophrenia, and neurotransmitter imbalances, which leads us to the topic of depression. In fact, copper toxicity is a very common root cause of depression. Take a look at this study published on the National Library of Medicine. In conclusion, our results suggested that serum copper concentrations were elevated among U.S. adults with depressive symptoms. It should be noted that depression has long been associated with deficiencies in serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, all of which are impaired by excess copper. Copper toxicity can cause anxiety. Patients with copper overload tend to have high anxiety, and and are more likely to suffer postpartum depression in their childbearing years. Copper toxicity can also cause Alzheimer's. Over time, copper's cumulative effect is to impair the systems by which amyloid beta is removed from the brain. Amyloid beta is a main component of the amyloid plaques found in the brains of Alzheimer's patients. University of Rochester Medical Center. Copper toxicity can also contribute to cancer. Check this out. Copper is believed to be the switch that turns on the angiogenesis process in tumor cells. It has been observed that abnormally high serum copper levels are found in patients with many types of progressive tumors. And also the 53 apoptosis gene is progesterone dependent. You know, that gene that keeps cancer in check. And zinc is needed for progesterone production. And when you have excess copper, again, it antagonizes zinc. When zinc is antagonized, progesterone production goes down, and then the 53 apoptosis gene becomes suppressed. Suicide. Among women who used hormonal contraceptives currently or recently, the risk of attempting suicide was nearly double that of women who had never used contraceptives. The risk was triple for suicide. The patch was linked to the highest risk of suicide attempts, followed by IUD, the vaginal ring, and then pills. And I'm going to finish off this section with a quote from ARL Labs. Many of the most prevalent metabolic dysfunctions of our time are related in some way to a copper imbalance. Copper toxicity is a much overlooked cause of many important health conditions today, including fatigue, premenstrual syndrome, anorexia, depression, anxiety, migraine headaches, allergies, and many others. So I just shared a few symptoms of copper toxicity in today's video just to keep this video from becoming hours long. But I just wanted to give you an idea of how important it is for you to be aware of the prevalence of copper toxicity in our society today and to get your copper levels tested, especially if you're dealing with any or more of the conditions that I just shared. The best way, the most accurate way you can test your copper levels as well as all the other minerals is by doing a hair tissue mineral analysis. And you can go to my website and check out the different hair mineral analysis packages that I offer. You can mail in your hair sample from anywhere in the world, and I'll be more than happy to help you get your hair tested, to help you understand your results, and help you put together a personalized nutrition therapy program to detoxify toxic copper that has accumulated in your body over the years. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.